Hello, everyone, and welcome to Term 4 at Banff Academy for the session 2019-2020. This term will look obviously very different from what we would normally be expecting and looking forward to, which would be sports days, activities days, transition events for our primary children. And unfortunately, a lot of those things just will simply not take place because of the awful situation that we find ourselves in. However, I'm delighted that learning has continued at Banff Academy with new courses starting this week, and I need to thank all my colleagues for making sure that that happens, and for many young people who have logged on, eh, got access to Microsoft Teams, and have started their new certificated courses well in advance of what we would normally be expecting. So that's brilliant, and thank you very much for doing that. Um, in addition to that, I continue to thank Mr. Kilpatrick for posting up his daily challenge. I think that's 15 that he's done just now. Look out for some guest appearances over the next few weeks as we try and add a little bit of variety to that. And also to Mr. Mochan and the Lifestyle faculty, who will continue with a weekly physical challenge, which I really hope that as many of you as you can take opportunity to do that. So, what's this term going to look like? Well, I did say before the Easter holidays that we would try and be a little bit more sophisticated in the support that we're providing young people whilst the school building is closed. And starting on Friday, the 1st of May, a week today, we're going to launch a new initiative at Banff Academy, and that is Learning Squads. I am going to send out a letter to all parents of all pupils early next week, which will explain to you what learning squads are all about. And there will be a leaflet within that letter that just gives you that in a little bit more detail. But essentially, learning squads will be an opportunity for a small group of young people from all year groups, S1 to S6, who will be assigned to a particular teacher or learning coach within the school, who you will be able to check in with twice a day for 4 days a week, that will steer you in the right direction, point you in the right direction of resources, help you with any support needs that you might have, or just generally to have a chat about how your learning's going. More details of that will arrive on your doorsteps very shortly, within the first few days of next week. If you have any questions around that or any difficulties with it, then please do use the support email addresses. The email address, remember, for parents is bxaparentalsupport@aberdeenshire.gov.uk. If there are any continuing technical issues, then the email address there is bxadigital@outlook.com. And indeed, if you have got issues in terms of access to kit or connectivity, please use that technical email address and we'll support you as best we can with that. In terms of the new courses starting up, I do hope that young people have found that straightforward, and I thank you again to my colleagues for making that happen. If, for instance, any people has any health and well-being issues that they are concerned about or would like any further support, please use the email address bxahelp@aberdeenshire.gov.uk. And finally, I would just like to say that today would have been the last day before our senior pupils went on study leave, and that would have meant that this is the last day for our S6 pupils at Banff Academy. And it is a real shame that we can't celebrate today in the normal way by perhaps having a barbecue at lunchtime and an afternoon tea with our S6 pupils. So I'd really like to wish all of them all the very best. And it might be just a nice idea that when we get over all of this, that we could invite the S6 back to have some sort of celebration. So in the meantime, please stay safe. I will send up another update video next week, but please look out for that Learning Squad letter, which will arrive on your doorsteps very shortly. Thank you very much.